Good morning. It's Donna here at Boldness Blooming. And today I would like to share with you a technique that I have been learning and practicing. I guess it's something that's kind of built up. And anyway, it's a way to handle emotions as they arise. And you can use it with yourself, with a child, with a friend, family. And I'll give you an example of something that happened to me yesterday. So I've definitely been noticing parallels between myself and the children that I work with. And the parallels in terms of like my own inner child and the child that I'm trying to help. So I realized how it can work for both him and for me as well. So we were sitting at the SkyTrain station and he didn't want to go in. He normally really loves going on the SkyTrain. And so I found myself feeling confused and a little bit frustrated as well, because I felt like, I had a plan and it was kind of falling through. And he just kept saying, in a minute. And so I was feeling that, and I didn't know exactly what I was feeling in the moment. But what I did later on was, a little while later, I thought, okay, what was I actually feeling in that moment? And I thought I was scared, I was frustrated, and I was confused. I was feeling kind of out of control. And so I named it. So that is the first step. And I've gotten a little bit from this wonderful book I'm reading called I believe it's called The Whole Brain Child, something like that. Anyway, and they call it Name It to Tame It. So the first thing to do is just say what you're feeling. I am feeling frustrated. I am feeling confused. And already by naming it, you release some of the power that it has, and you unidentify from it. And again, we can use this with children or ourselves or other people in our lives. So instead of saying to the boy, oh, don't worry, come on, let's go, which is something I might have done like 10 years ago or whatever. We are so conditioned to do that. We're so conditioned to, number one, deny our feelings. Oh, don't worry. Oh, you shouldn't be sad. It's no big deal, right? That's one of our conditioning. And our other conditioning is to kind of add some shame to that as well. To to say like, oh, well, why aren't you handling this better, or something like that. You shouldn't be feeling this way, basically. And so, to overcome that conditioning is to name it and tame it. Just say, okay, I'm feeling this way. Now what can I do? So step number 2 is, in the book they call it connect and redirect. So here is where we want to empathize, show compassion, and then after that, once you've made that connection with either the child you're with or yourself or whomever it is, once you've made that connection and empathized and shown compassion and really tried to understand how you are feeling or how that other person is feeling, then you can move on to redirect and re-empower yourself. So for me, it was this morning when I actually finally was able to reflect on what I was feeling and really just cry it out. And I realized that maybe there was also some feelings that were similar to what I had gone through with my ex. It was that feeling of frustration and confusion and that helpless, kind of out of control feeling that had arisen. And so I was able to see that connection there as well, and forgiven myself for not having the clarity in the moment maybe to make a better decision, and that it's okay. So with compassion and a lot of forgiveness and just releasing it through the crying, I felt so much better. And then this next step is to go, okay, what can I do next time? What can I do next time that would be different? What can I do in order to empower myself and maybe change things a little bit the next time? And sometimes, there just really isn't a perfect way, or there never is a perfect way, but, I think next time, maybe I really would have taken him to a safer place at that time and really sat down with him and tried to figure out what he was feeling. I mean, I did do that, but I think I could have done it a little bit in a bit of a better way, because it's hard to, when he's in the middle of reacting, I'm in the middle of reacting. I mean, we both, I think, just needed to, to get to a safe and comfortable place and calm ourselves down, and then, you can start talking about it. So you do need to use a little bit of your own just intuition in the situation as well. And I think it's also really important to normalize the feeling, to go, it's really understandable that you're feeling this way in the moment. It's really understandable that you're scared to go down into a tunnel underground and go on a SkyTrain. It's totally understandable, right? And for ourselves too, we might think, oh, well, this is silly. Why am I reacting? Why am I scared? This doesn't seem like a big deal. But when we really start seeing ourselves as that child that maybe has those big emotions at times, and go, it's totally understandable that you're feeling scared. It's totally understandable, and bringing that same kind of compassion that you would have for a child to yourself. So I hope that helps. So I guess I would call the steps empathize, normalize, and show yourself compassion, and finally empower yourself to do it differently next time. So I hope that was helpful. Have a wonderful, wonderful day.